Good evening and welcome to the Cherry Hill West Weekly Report. I'm Walt Fricky.
And I'm Mary Beth Wren. On Friday, the varsity boys basketball team defeated Triton 91-58 to extend South Jersey's only undefeated string to 19 wins. Reporter Mike Goldman interviewed several of the varsity players, and reporter Scott Broder interviewed high scorer Sam Jacobs, who is on the verge of scoring his 1,000th point.
Wooling, or the West Lions. Steve, what do you think about tonight's game?
Total team effort. I think we dominated the game from the top.
You looking forward to the playoffs? They're coming up in a couple weeks.
I'm looking forward to them very much. Hopefully we get a shot at Canada in Atlantic City. Should be nice.
All right, good game, Steve. Now I got Brian Murray getting some good varsity minutes in tonight. How's that feel, Brian?
Feels pretty good. I think these guys deserve a lot more credit than they're really getting. They really played well tonight.
Brian's been a great performer for JV. Good game tonight, Brian.
And here we have Sam Jacobs, leading scorer for tonight's game with 24 points. Sam, how does it feel to score 24 points and to come 12 points closer to reaching a milestone of 1,000 points in your career?
It feels real good, but I'm not really worried about it now because I know in time, it's going to come. The extra 10 points or whatever it is. So I'm not really worried about it at all.
It'll come up. The Highland game's coming up next Friday. You have a game before that, but Highland game seems to be really important with you guys both going up for the conference championship here.
Yeah, that's the most important game for us because they're second right behind us, and if we beat them, it almost assures us of winning the conference, which is what we wanted all year long.
And they gave you a tight, good fight the first time you played them. You only beat them by 1 point.
Yeah, they really played a tough game against us, but I don't think we played up to our potential that game. And I think this time, we'll play a lot better because we just started to really play well the last few games.
Okay, congratulations on a great game, and I hope you get your 12 points really soon. I was Sam Jacobs.
Valentines are now on sale during lunch periods in the cafeteria. The cost of each flower is only $1, and supplies limited, so order yours now. On Tuesday, February 22nd, members of the concert choir and girls ensemble will be attending a concert presented by the Temple University Music Department. French Club members will visit the Academy of Music to see Carmen on Friday, April 22nd.
The senior class is selling T-shirts for $6 and mugs for $8. Samples are available on homeroom G3. But if you buy both, you can save $1.50. Seniors who are going on the Florida trip, the special senior class painter hats will be on sale soon for $1.50. The National Honor Society is offering after-school help on February 15th, that's a Tuesday February 22nd, and Wednesday, March 2nd.
Here are some important and upcoming West sports events. On Friday, the boys varsity and JV basketball team meets Highland away. On Saturday, the varsity and JV wrestling teams meets Audubon at home. The bowling team meets Berlin Tech tomorrow at 3:30. On Friday, the varsity and JV girls basketball team meets Highland at home. And on Saturday, the girls swim team takes on Washington Township at Sicklerville.
Thank you for watching the West Weekly Report. Join us again next week at this time. Good night.
Good night.
Good evening. I'm Trish Olson along with Stacy Shapiro for this Wednesday, February 9th, East Update. Tomorrow evening, join us at East for an evening of song and music. The music department will present a winter choral and instrumental concert in the auditorium at 8 p.m. All are invited to attend. Also, orchestra tryouts will be held tomorrow after school. For more information, see Mrs. Hall. Speech team members will compete tomorrow in the South Jersey Forensics League. Competition will be at East at 3:30. It's nearing that time again. You can pick up applications for the variety show at Communications or in the Student Congress office. Here's your chance to share your talents with your classmates. This is not a gong show. It is a showcase of student talent. Forms are due by February 15th.
Right now, the Cherry Hill East Library is conducting a free paperback exchange called the Freebie Book Cart. This cart needs your support, so bring in any books you wish to donate and take out any books you choose to read. East is now conducting many activities in preparation for the soon approaching Valentine's Day. The carnation sale was quite successful. Flowers will be delivered to homerooms on Monday, Valentine's Day. On Valentine's Day, there was a Cupid Dart game in the senior lounge. and a contest to make a Valentine heart. The winner will receive a dinner for two. In addition, on February 14th, if you find a heart in school, you will win a box of candy. Congratulations to the newly elected Student Congress officers. Patty Shore is the new Vice President of Activities, Jackie Needleman is the new Vice President of Affairs, and Lisa Morgenstern is the new Publicity Manager. Runoff elections were necessary to decide our next President and Secretary-Treasurer. Runoffs were between Alicia Daniels and John Schmerler for President, and between Carol Clark and Janet Clavens for Secretary-Treasurer. The results were as follows. John Schmerler is the new President, and Carol Clark is the new Secretary-Treasurer. Congratulations to all new officers. Plans for class activities are now in the height this season. Mark Goffman spoke with the sophomore class officers about their upcoming events.
Here with me this evening are the three class officers for the sophomore class of '85. Jordan Goldberg, the class president, Michelle Gallman, vice president, and Shanna Schwartz is the secretary. Hey, Jordan, could you briefly discuss the upcoming events for the class of '85?
Well, right now we're in the process of planning to have a volleyball game with the freshman class, and this will be held on the 17th and the 24th. We are planning to open it up to the whole school, juniors, seniors, like one big tournament, and that's basically what we'll be doing.
Michelle, what kind of end of the year events are you planning?
Well, we planned, it's the first time for the sophomores, we're having a sophomore ring dance where class rings will be distributed. You can come in couples or singles. There's going to be a DJ, catered food, dancing, entertainment, and it should be a really good night.
Shanna, with only 4 class officers, how do you run a class with 700 people?
We set things up in committees. We have committee chairman, and the 4 of us end up overseeing everything. We do very little work in the outcome except oversee things and okay things. We have committee chairmen who then have people working for them, and that's basically how we get things done for anything we plan this year.
Okay, thank you for being with us, and it sounds like you're going to have a lot of interesting upcoming events in the future. This is Mark Goffman for Channel U East Update. Good evening.
Monday is a day to show you care in many ways. The Red Cross Blood Drive for East will be held all day Monday. Don't forget to pick up your pledge cards if you are at least 17 years old and weigh at least 110 pounds. You may not be dying to give your blood, but someone is dying to get your blood. Make this worthwhile activity a success. It's only a little more than a month away. That's Pirates of Penzance East Spring Musical. The show will be the weekends of March 11th and March 18th. We'll keep you posted on this major event and bring you some scenes. For now, join the various crews and help out with the technical work, costumes, and props. Tomorrow, there is a mandatory meeting for all those who wish to be ushers or usherettes for the play. The meeting will be held in the Little Theater at 2:30 for upperclassmen and 4:15 for freshmen. Tonight at 7:30, the Home and School Association is sponsoring a workshop in how to manage stress effectively in family and work. The workshop will feature Dr. Israel Podner and will be held in the East Library from 7:30 till 10:30 tonight. So come on over. The objectives are for participants to learn to understand the positive and negative aspects of stress, to learn to maximize health while minimizing stress, to work with their own personal stress profile, to clearly identify and change the 3 key sources of stress, to develop and enhance productive work attitudes, to learn how to reduce burnout syndrome and type A behavior, and to reduce stress caused by job-related conflicts. The workshop offers valuable advice for everyone in this stress-filled society. So come over to the East Library now and learn how to cope better with family and work stress.
On the sports scene, the Cougar Bowlers split last week with Delran. Becky Maroney threw a 190 game and a 471 series, and Allison Castro led the JV with a 358 score for her series. The boys had a high series of 502 from Dave Starr. Thursday, the teams continued their quest for the conference titles against Camden Catholic. 3 of the 4 teams are in first place after the battle. The girls' varsity was led by Becky Maroney's 494 series, Leslie Trachtenberg's 486 series, and Amy Cohn's 478 series. Ellen Ogden's 154 game and 404 series helped the girls' JV to a 2-2 split and a first-place record of 11-5. Randy Mason's 203 game and 529 series helped the boys varsity bowling team. Congratulations to all the teams involved.
Students are reminded of physicals scheduled for spring sports. Tuesday, softball physicals will be given. On the 22nd, tennis and golf physicals will be given. Be sure to pick up the necessary permission forms from the coaches. March 1st will be baseball physicals. This year's JV cheerleaders are coached by an East graduate, Ellen Dijou. Lisa Katz spoke with the girls about their selection and schedule.
This is Lisa Katz, and I'm here with the JV cheerleaders and their captains, Kelly. Hi. And Cammie.
Hello.
And I have some questions for them. Is there a lot of competition trying out for the East cheerleading squad?
Yes, there is. Every May, there's about 150 girls who try out for the combined varsity and JV squad. And out of that, 12 make each squad.
How many practices do you have each week?
We have about 3 practices, and if you miss a practice before a game, then that means you can't cheer for that game. And if you miss 5 games, that means you're off the squad.
Okay. How many games do you have each week?
We have approximately 3 games, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Okay. How do you go about making up the cheers?
The way we go about that is each girl, we try to make the cheers, as original as possible, and each girl contributes each, part of the cheer.
So let's now take a look at their halftime entertainment.
Last week, the boys' JV basketball team was victorious against Paul VI. The final score was 76-59. Saturday, the boys won their game against Goshen in New York. The freshman girls' basketball team dropped a heartbreaking 29-27 game Tuesday to Paul VI. Anita Pope and Sherry Stricker led all scores with 11 to 9 points, respectively. The East Senior All-Stars played the Cherry Hill Police Department in basketball on Saturday, February 5th. The game was a benefit for leukemia, and East won an exciting 59-58 game.
The boys' swim team beat Gateway last week by a score of 91-30. The team was led by John Fetterman, John Ellman, Glenn Hartkopt, Paul Orlando, Steve Hale, Dave Carey, Sean Killian, Dave Feast, John Marion, and star diver Matt Harrison. Over the weekend, the boys also defeated Haddon Heights by a score of 72-44. Congratulations to the boys for these fine performances. The girls' swim team scored their 12th victory by defeating Williamboro by a score of 78-46. Fine performances were turned in by Leslie Pike, Suzanne Wilkinson, Debbie Wilkinson, Kathy Lynch, and Barbara Granito. Today, the girls meet Vineland, and tomorrow they will face Toms River. We will bring you all these scores next week on East Update.
Thank you for joining us for this East Update. Immediately following the junior high news, stay tuned for Newsreel. This month's feature is on skiing. We will also bring you music, television, and film reviews. Trish Olson and I, Stacy Shapiro, will show you how to prepare an easy Chinese stir-fried dinner. That's Newsreel following this East Update. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you.
Good evening. This is Michael Arrington welcoming you to another segment of Brainerd News. First of all, I would like to remind all of you that on Monday, February 14th, Brainerd will hold its second skating party, the Valentine's Skating Party. It will be held at the Cherry Hill Skating Rink from 7 to 9 p.m. The price of tickets will be $2 and the price of skate rental will be $1. I hope to see you all there. And now, to start off tonight's show is Andrea Kilpatrick with all of our sports for this week. Andrea?
Thank you, Michael. Christ the King cashed in on Mustang fouls, making 17 out of 21 from the penalty stripe to eclipse the varsity boys basketball team at yet another cliffhanger. Tony Morelli turned in a personal best with 21 points and was assisted by Yanstik and Stiegler 10 points each, and Brian Spell with 6. Darren Robinson played well on the boards and defensively. Brainerd 7th grade boys lost to Christ the King 56-40. Poor defense and numerous turnovers proved to be the Mini Mustangs' downfall. The varsity boys basketball team turned in another good performance, defeating Haddonfield 46-37. The offense was paced by David Yanstik and Tony Morelli with 12 points each. Brian Spell and Dan Green had 8 points each, and Brian Stiegler added 6. Brainerd 7th grade boys regained their winning form by posting a 30-23 win over Haddonfield. After a sluggish first half, the Mini Mustangs pulled together to outscore their opponents in the second half by 19-6. An aggressive team defense played a key role in that rally. The win raised their record to 7 wins and 2 defeats. All team members played well, and congratulations are due to all. Michael?
Thank you, Andrea, for doing a fine job keeping us informed of Brainerd's sporting events for this week. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce Charlie Miller with his monthly story. Charlie?
I work in my occupation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I never stop working. Occasionally, I slow down a little, but only when the person I'm assigned to takes a nap or sits down. Some of the people I'm assigned to keep alive make my job very easy. You see, that's my job, to keep people alive. No, I'm not a doctor, but I work very closely with them, and I'm not a traffic light either. I'm really the pulse of life. Some people I'm assigned to make my job very difficult, though, and cause me to work overtime. They just pollute everything around me with smoke and drugs. Basically, I'm very emotional. I'm even torn apart at times, broken completely in half. I work much better when I am healthy. Next week, they have set aside a certain day for me. It is the same date every year. That's when I work especially hard to make people happy, because I enjoy it. By the end of that day, everyone realizes how important I am. People send pictures of me all over the world to someone they love. I really gain a lot of attention on that day. In case someone forgets to send you a picture of me next week, here's one for you. Happy Valentine's Day. Have a home. Thank you, Charlie, for that very touching story. Well, that ends tonight's segment of Brainerd News.
and I'll see you again next week. Good night and good news.
Good evening, I'm Michael Menninger.
And I'm Lynn Kelly. Welcome to What's News at Heritage. This past weekend, 3 Heritage teams competed in a local tournament. We'll be joined tonight by representatives of all 3 teams.
Starting us off is the wrestling captain, Brian Reiner. Brian, can you tell us a little bit about the tournament, like who competed in it, where it was held, and what the final standings were?
Well, it was held at Heritage, and some teams that competed in it were Heritage, Beck, Brainerd, Haddonfield, Monroe Township, Tabernacle, Penn Township, and Collingswood. And Heritage won with the total points of 57.
Brian, what does it feel like when you're out there on the mat during a match?
Well, it's kind of exciting. You got all the crowds watching and cheering for you. And, if you win, you get a gold. If you don't, you get a silver. So, it's kind of exciting.
Brian, who for Heritage came away with a medal?
Well, gold medals were Billy Richard, Gary Goldblatt, Mike Wisham, and myself. Silver medals were Todd Kinney, Robbie Richards, Leaf Yonkers, and Dennis Kokolis. And bronze medals were Todd Harper, Darren Spanksius, and John Gramaglia.
Joining us now are the co-captains of this year's boys basketball team, Eddie Welsh and Dave Christian. Ed, can you tell us about the tournament you competed in? Who took part and where was it held?
Well, it was held over at Morristown, and it was us that competed, and Beck, Brainerd, and Morristown.
Dave, can you tell us about the 2 games Heritage played?
Yes, in the first round, we played against Beck and won by about 12. And then we advanced to the finals and won by 3 against Morristown.
Ed, at what time did you know we were going to win the tournament?
Well, it was a pretty close game at the end, but Dave Pissy, he made the clutch 2 foul shots that put us up by 3. And we knew, I had a good feeling we were going to win then.
Dave, who for Heritage was the high scorer and rebounder in the tournament?
Well, Mike Menninger with 14 points and Ed Welch with 13 rebounds.
Our final guests tonight are the co-captains of this year's girls basketball team, Sue Heisler and Lisa Wood. Sue, can you tell us about the tournament you competed in last weekend? Who took part and where was it held?
The tournament was held at Beck, and the teams that competed in it were Beck, Brainerd, Heritage, and Morristown.
Lisa, can you tell us about the 2 games Heritage played?
In the first game, we had played Beck, and we won in overtime, 37-33. In the second game, we played Brainerd, and we defeated them and won the tournament.
Sue, who's the high scorer and rebounder for our team?
High scorers were Amy Corbett with 14, Jennifer Firestone with 12, and Benita Porchon was the high rebounder.
We're about out of time, so I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our representatives from the 3 Heritage teams for joining us tonight.
And you, our viewers, for watching What's News at Heritage. So good night for Lynn Kelly
and Michael Menninger.